Hey, my name is Payton, and in this video, my goal is simple, extremely easy, and I need you to catch this. It's to help you sell your most valuable products and services consistently and systematically. So if you are a business owner, if you are an entrepreneur, and you have offers that range from $3,000 all the way up to $100,000 plus, you have a B2B or B2C offer, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to show you how you can sell it more consistently, systematically, and in a way that you can rest easy at night because you have a system that you know will work for you. Plus, you're going to want to stay to the end because I'm going to share how you can go and claim all these systems for yourself, implement them in your business, and basically I'm giving away. Now, you're going to ask yourself, well, why would you give them away if they're so valuable? Well, number one, because I know I can build them for myself. Secondly, I can build them for my clients. And basically, if you are already there and you're watching this and you're saying, you know what, yeah, I have these offers, you know your time is valuable. And so you want to work with the best, you want to work with experts, and that's who I am. So why not give it to you? Let you run with it yourself and go and try to get results. And ultimately, give me a call and say, hey, let's do some more awesome stuff together. So that is my, what would you call it? Bribe, right? I'm giving you the stuff so you can go and crush it ultimately. So when you come and you give me a call and you say, hey, let's roll, let's win, you'll be ready to roll and win. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about the high ticket secrets of the 2 Comma Club winners. Now, disclaimer, this is not financial advice. These strategies, frameworks have worked for other people, but there's no guarantee of success for you. All business includes risk. By implementing any of these strategies, you alone are responsible for the outcome. You must proceed with caution. That said, who am I? My name is Payton. I'm a ClickFunnels certified funnel strategist. Typically like to work with faith-driven entrepreneurs to build assets in the kingdom. Also works with car dealerships, business coaches, consultants, real estate funds. Enough about that. High ticket offers are involved, right? They involve they require an involved process. Therefore, you must be willing to get on the phone or Zoom because these are not impulse purchases. Okay? If you have something where people are going to be giving quite a significant amount of money, they're going to want to give it the once over. They're going to want to have that conviction and certainty in what they're doing. So probably, unless maybe like they're a Saudi oil prince, they're probably not just going and scrolling and clicking, something for 3 to 10 to $100,000 just on an order form. It's not happening. And if that's what you're relying on, your sales system, you're struggling. So there's 2 sales approaches, 2 different funnel approaches you can take here. And I'm going to divide these up into how I really think about it. So you have your video sales letter systems and your webinar based systems. What these are the actual presentations that you go in depth with people in. So if you're using a video sales letter, you might use something like a case study video or a direct video sales letter. If you don't know what a video sales letter is, it's a video, and you think of the old school direct response days where people were sending mailers out to people, there's a whole argument. It is a logical and emotional argument why you should buy something. And the same thing is done on a VSL. Then there's webinars. And depending on who you are is going to depending on who you are, your offer, and your audience, those three prongs are really going to be the difference between whether you'd go with a more video sales letter style presentation or a webinar. Now, webinars are extremely powerful for people who are starting up, who are trying to get to their first 1 million, 3 million plus, right? Because of the instant feedback loop you can do if you initially start live. So what is recommended, and one of the people that I've learned a lot from has recommended, that you have the courage, the tenacity, the grit, and the resolve to do a live webinar every week for a year. And if you do that, you will have ironed out the kinks in your sales process, from the ads to the webinar presentation itself. You will know what gets people to click, what gets people to show up. You will know what gets people to raise their hand. Ultimately, at the end, go ahead and apply to whatever your product or service is and move forward. And so once you get to that point, once you have that streamlined and you have that conversion rate so dang high that your effort is really marginal for the return that you're going to get, then you can look at automating it. Okay. But really, both of these are engineered with the purpose of attracting the right clients to you while also repelling the wrong thing. One of the most frustrating things that you can do is have a sales process where all your salespeople are stuck talking to people who are tire kickers, who have $100 in the bank account and say, I can't afford what you're offering. Well, here's the deal. That's not serving you, right? That's not serving your business. That's not going to move the ball forward. What you need is proper attraction of the right clients and qualification. So one key element of this entire process is the application. Again, this is a high-level overview. I'm trying to give you as much quality information in the shortest amount of time possible. With that said, understand this application is a huge thing, and you want to ask key qualifying questions, because if you don't, you're going to have to figure that out another way. You're going to have a phone call placed in, and a lot of times if you're using one of these systems, even after a video sales letter or a webinar, you might be looking at 2 separate phone calls with the person anyway. If you have to go and do those extra qualification steps, you might be adding 3 or 4 just to build that, to get the right information and to build a rapport. You don't want to have to do that. So make sure you have an application in place. Now, let's break down what the case study funnel would look like. Now, ignore the numbers. Do not take them to heart. Okay? Do not take them to heart. These aren't, you look over here, this is not a guarantee of anything. Okay? I just want to give you an example. It's an example of what the system could look like. And there are also follow-ups and automations that are necessary, but I didn't want to confuse you through this. Okay? I want you to see a basic outline of the customer journey here. So, here, let's say you have a customer on Facebook. Okay, you're driving traffic from there to where they would go and opt in for the case study. Said, hey, here's how we achieved a result for a client. Here's how we did this in an excellent way. Here's how you learn more. Okay, your case study is then on this content page, wherein, if they are interested, they can go on to applying and seeing if they're a good fit or not, right? The presentation itself is one of those things you want to also make sure that you are dropping information that is going to repel the wrong people. Okay, if you work with businesses that are worth $100 million, you don't want to be talking about startup problems. If you are a financial advisor and you're talking to people who need actual financial advising and don't just have, again, $1 in their bank account, it's not that those people might not need financial help, but in terms of your specific services, like, you need to speak to the exact problems that they have. Okay, so right there, it should be attracting yet repelling, just like a magnet, right? A magnet's got a positive and a negative on each side. Same thing here. Same thing with the application. Okay, this is just an example. Now, this extra content page is put in here as a thank you page of just educating on what the next steps are, and if it makes sense, they can go book a calendar. Now, this is just a simple example. Ultimately, what we're trying to get people to do is get on a call and make a decision, yes or no. Got it? Okay, cool. This is a structure you can try, you can use. There's a few different ways that you can structure it. This is just an overall example. Okay, now breakdown of a live webinar call funnel. Again, automations aren't included, especially if you do any kind of webinar, live or automated. You want to make sure that you have the proper automations, SMS, email follow-ups in place, but just want to kind of give you an idea here. So traffic from Facebook, they goes and registers. Now what you're going to want to do is go and run the webinar live. Now, not everybody's going to show up on the live, and when not everybody shows up on the live, what do? You're going to be sending up other follow-ups to get people to show up to the replay. So you'll rip that webinar down once you do it live, go and upload it, send emails to everybody else, and say, hey, come on, webinar's there, and you can catch the replay for a limited time. Go and apply, and then once they go and apply, reach out, get them on a call, and move forward from there. So automated webinar, once you have that presentation nailed down, you really know what you're saying, you know your voice, you know what stories will break beliefs and reframe new ones, you can go into this process. Okay, cool, we send traffic there, it registers. Okay, they watched presentation. And what's powerful about the automated webinar is this: they don't have to wait. And it's a double-edged sword because sometimes people want stuff on demand. Other times, when things aren't at a set schedule, like with the live, there's not going to be quite the FOMO. So oftentimes you'll get a little bit higher show rates on a live, and that's why it's even more important that when you do go to automate it, that you have refined your message and you have made it the best possible presentation possible so that you can have the highest conversion rates and highest throughput through the process. So people register, they opt in, right then they can go see the content. If it makes sense, they go and apply. They can go learn a little bit more about what to expect. There's a calendar that they would go and apply, or that they could book a time if it makes sense, wherein they get on a call and your sales team does what they do best. Now let me ask you a question. Are you ready to implement now? Okay, I told you before, I've got gifts for you. I've got things to help you crush it. So use these tools and trainings to succeed. And what I'm including below in the description is all of these fun things. So below what you can see templates for case study, live webinar, and automated funnel. Okay, if you don't have a ClickFunnels account, cool. You can go get a 14-day free trial and try it out. If you already have a ClickFunnels account, perfect. It'll download directly into your account. Again, if you don't, 14-day free trial, nothing to worry about there. If you are somebody who says, you know what, I basically want to go along the process and craft it exactly how I like it, you can have an AI webinar funnel built for you, right? And you can go do it here. So the link's here, also in the description. It's a training, right? And you're going to get walked through that entire process. I highly encourage, if you are starting from scratch and you don't want to have to go do a bunch of tweaking with some of these templates, that you would just go there from the start and use the power of artificial intelligence to make it happen. If you're somebody who says, okay, I'm getting an understanding of what funnels are, I think I know what they are, but I need more in-depth training, there's a training I highly encourage you take. Go take the One Funnel Away Challenge, because there's a lot of different sales processes. There's a lot of different funnels that you can use for your business. If you are interested in the high ticket funnels, which really I think most businesses need to start with, okay, you need to find a way to sell the thing that is going to produce the highest margin for you consistently. People liken it to when Tesla started, right? They sold their most expensive vehicle first. That way they had the margin to go back and reinvest in their company and sell their lower ticket items. So a lot of people in business try to start out with books and then wonder, why am I not making any money? Why do I not have any margin? You're trying to sell a book, but you can't afford the cost to market. Like, you can't afford the cost to acquire a customer because you're making, what, $7 on a book? Come on now. It's not enough. Now, if you want my help personally to walk you through all of the fun, all of the goods that we talked about here, because there are a lot of individual elements, this video was just to be a high-level overview and to give you some tools that you could go and succeed now with. But if you want my help, you want me to walk you through this, you want me to even do it for you, which I will do. I help clients go implement these exact high-ticket funnels into their business. I help them send traffic to them, and I help make sure that they convert. Because one of the things you might run into when you first start is you put it together and you'll send some traffic and you're just going to say, okay, it might not work perfectly. Well, you have to optimize the entire process to get the necessary throughput to get the result you want. And I help people do that. So the link in the description down there, you can go book a call with me and we can have fun. Disclaimer, many of these links over here, some of them may be affiliate links, and any purchase you do make would support this fun content that helps you out. But I hope this video was informative, it was helpful, gives you an overview of the process you need to use to sell your high-ticket products and services, and I will see you, my friend, in the next video. Peace.